Are you having the best time ever? Yeah, of course you are. You're in Vegas. So I get the honor today of training on the title of becoming an influential leader, which is such a great training topic for me. I love it. So I've got a question for you all. What would it mean to you to become an influential leader in Arbonne? So just have a think about that for a minute. And here are some of my thoughts. We have a new concept for human work and success in our hands, one in which all people can prosper, one in which we can all become the best version of ourselves, and then go on to teach and serve others in countless ways. Is there anything more purposeful and more fulfilling that you can do with your life? I don't think so. So there has never been a time in history like right now. The world needs more servant, passionate, great leaders. Sure, you all know what's going on in politics right now, and you absolutely agree with me on that. So this is why we need to become those people. So the great thing with Arbonne is you've got a whole training program set up there to set you on the path to become that incredible leader. That is such a unique opportunity, and we've really got to know what we've got in our hands with this and able to do it. Yes, it is going to take hard work. It's going to take persistence, relentlessness, tenacity, graft, courage. But is it worth it? Absolutely. So let's get to work. So at this point in your business, some of you may be sat there thinking, I don't know if I've got what it takes to become a leader in Arbonne. And others are sat there thinking, I absolutely know I've got what it takes. Just give me some time, which is brilliant and good for you. So I hope by the end of this training today, I'll have given you a little bit more belief that shifted your belief level up to another level, and also some practical skills that you can take home and implement into your business as soon as you get home from this incredible event. So when I first started my Arbonne business, I wouldn't say, I'm not very good on these shoes, am I? You see, you're like, whoa, get with it, stay with me, if I wobble over. When I first started my Arbonne business, if you'd have asked me if I'd considered myself a leader, you would have got a confident, no, absolutely not. I was one of those people who liked following, happy for someone else to organize, go with the flow, just quite happy in the background. I'll do what everyone else is doing, I'm good with that. So I have definitely had to become a very, very different person. So 8 years ago, you probably wouldn't have recognized me. To be the person that stands here in front of you today, I have had to work on myself daily, and I still do. I have such a success routine that I do every single day to keep growing. But when I first started my Arbonne business, I was super coachable. I did everything that my upline suggested. I went to all the trainings. I read all the recommended reading books, books that were suggested. I was on it. I was getting out of my comfort zone daily. And 12 months, I was working so hard at this. And some of you may know my story, lots probably don't. But famous for having 154 people say no to me before I had one single yes. Not even a preferred client. So, thanks. However, do you think that bothers me now? Not at all. But my point and why I share that story with you is because if I can do this and stand here, any of you sat in this audience today can do this. I had to have hypnotherapy to speak at my car presentation. And I'm stood here in front of tens of thousands of people, not really that nervous because of the mind work and the self-development that I've done over the years. And honestly, if you could have met me 8 years ago, you would all believe that you can be here one day, and you will be, absolutely. So, the fact that any of you can make this work, there's one criteria that you need, though. You have to want this badly. So badly. You've got to want it. Do you want this badly? Good. So I believe a great starting point for leadership comes from the old proverb, treat others as you wish to be treated yourself. I think if you act with that, with every respect in life, you can't really go far wrong. So the first point I wanted to cover on leadership is you have to take ownership. Ownership and responsibility for your business and your life. I think someone else mentioned that earlier today. No one else is responsible for your life, only you. And that is great. It was Debbie, wasn't it? So ownership and responsibility for your own business. Stop looking to your upline. Get independent as soon as possible, whatever that means to you. No more blaming, excuses, or complaining. And catch yourself when you're doing this. And how do you catch yourself doing those things? Awareness. So I want you to write in your notes, in massive capital letters, awareness. Because awareness is where it all begins. If you can become aware of how you act and why you act which way, you'll start to see how you can improve. So how do you create great awareness? You start asking yourself great questions. So get into the habit of asking yourself really great questions. And I think we've got a PowerPoint, so some questions should appear, possibly, on the screen. If not, oh, there they are, yeah. So here are some questions that I want you to write down and get into the habit of asking yourself routinely throughout the day. So they are, why am I reacting to this circumstance, person, or challenge in this way? Just question yourself. This is interesting. Why am I reacting in this way? Second one, is this action I'm doing right now taking me closer or further away from my goal? So you want to ask yourself that when you're doing your mileage, scrolling through Facebook. Is this action taking me closer to my goal or further away? Probably closer away. What emotional state am I currently in and why? It's fascinating. It's just really starting to understand yourself and why you do things the way you do. And finally, is this thought process I'm having right now serving me? And that's a great one to have with your team as well. So if you're having a conversation with someone in your team, you want to think, is this conversation, is this thought process, what we're hanging on, what we're talking about, is it really serving us? Or can we just come to a conclusion, move on, leave it? So these are great questions to start learning about yourself and figuring out what you need to work on. To take your own personal level of leadership to the next level, you have to completely believe and know everything you do in your Arbonne business comes from a place of good intention. A servant leader works with these qualities that I'm just going to list now. And to me, this is what character and leadership really is. Integrity, compassion, gratitude, conviction, vision, passion, non-judgment, and forgiveness. An understanding of what these words actually mean to you is crucial. Then more importantly, over time, you want to live by them day in and day out, whether anyone is watching or not. And in my mind, that is character. And your character, this is why it's so important, because your character will define your leadership. And your leadership will 100% define your organization. So ultimately, character will define the organization that you have. And that is why we go on and on, well, I do, about personal development. It is so important to work on yourself daily. So integrity, first slide. This means integer, which means whole. To me, this means living by your values day in and day out, not conforming or changing because it's the easy option. Influential leaders make the right decisions based on their values. not what mood they're in that day, or if they're in an emotional state. Next slide is compassion and gratitude. To accept that everyone is different, and you just have to love everyone for where they're at. Have gratitude that they came into your life and into your business. And know that every single person is in your life right now to teach you a lesson that you've not learned yet. What a wonderful way to look at people. I love that thought. And know this, we've all got those people in our life that are extremely challenging, slightly more challenging than everyone else. Can you all think of someone in your life right now that's like that? Yeah. That person is here to teach you the biggest lesson. So be grateful for them, and whatever bugs you or annoys you, think, what have I got to learn from this situation? Because there is something, and that's why they're there. Compassion and gratitude. Oh no, I've done that one already, sorry. Next. Conviction, passion, and vision is what is going to get people to trust you enough to follow you. Do you know that you've got their best interests at heart? Do you know where you're going with your Arbonne business? Do you paint that vision daily, clearly, with total conviction and passion? You've seen so many leaders stand up here on this stage, and one thing that absolutely unites them all is their conviction in what they're doing. They believe to their bones that this is the best opportunity that anyone could ever come across. So work on that daily. Next slide is non-judgment and forgiveness. This is huge. What grudges are holding you back? Are you your own worst critic? Most of us are, initially. Forgive yourself, forget the past, and focus on the right now and where you're going. Forgive those that you're blaming. Let go of old grudges. You know that old saying, like, the only person that you're affecting is yourself. It's like holding onto a hot rock. The only person you're burning is you. So let go. Do a process of forgiving. And then that enables you to move on. Because all those things are just negative energy that's not serving you at all. So work through that process. So you will not always know the answers, but influential leaders are decisive. Something that I definitely struggled with for the first couple of years, choosing a bar of chocolate, candy for the Americans, could take me 20 minutes in the past, been known to happen. Obviously, now more decisive. But it's like a muscle. You have to get good at making decisions. And as long as it's coming from a place of good intention, and you're living by your values, then you know that you're doing your best, and that's all that matters. Get good at making decisions. People will never follow someone that's a bit vague, a bit indecisive, a bit unsure. You have to be the consistent rock, the person that shows up, that people trust in, consistent in character, consistent in everything in your life. If you think about people that are inconsistent in your life right now, you probably don't trust them 100%. We trust consistency. So everything that I've mentioned all falls into the saying, you must know, like, and trust yourself. And you may not find that you're in this place right now, but that is also fine, because I definitely wasn't 8 years ago. But work at it daily, and you will become that. So, some practical tips. What can you start doing differently as soon as you get home? 50 seconds. Firstly, your self-talk. Start talking to yourself like you are an influential leader. Let the negative critic out of your mind. Have a mantra of I'm worthy. I believe in myself. I am an influential leader. Have that mantra. Create a great morning success routine. This is the biggest thing that I believe in. Get up. If you haven't got time, get up an hour earlier. If you've got children, get up an hour before they get up. You want to do half an hour of reading, affirmations, visualization, your gratitude list, meditation, and exercise. Fit that in an hour. It will change your life. If you do that every single morning until this time next year, you'll see a complete difference in yourself and your business. Number 3, focus your energy. If anyone's seen the video that's sponsor 20 in 30 days, I am such a big believer in that. Sponsor 20 people in 30 days. It creates community, unity, and it really sharpens your skills that you need. Plan your time. On a Sunday evening, take time to plan your week, and then the day before, review that and stick to it. Time is so important, and show that it is possible to build this business with a busy life. So finally, let us no longer play small, regardless of what other people think of us. What their opinions are is none of our business. It's our responsibility to become an ambassador for this remarkable industry and this incomparable business that we have with Arbonne. Play big and play full out. Every single moment counts. We're on this spinning piece of dirt for the blink of a moment. So make it happen. Take action. You have so much more than you could ever need to be an influential leader in this company. Build character daily, persist, be relentless, work hard, and absolutely you will be back at the next level and as an influential leader in your Arbonne business. Thank you so much for your time.